Episode number 60 of the Inland Empire Workers' Compensation Lawyer Livestream podcast. My name is Attorney Alexander Napolin. I'm joined for a discussion with my co-host, Attorney George Abuado, discussing a new topic in workers' compensation. So if you're out there and you're an injured worker, you listen to our discussions, you check out our live streams. This is number 60 of 60. And you can learn all about the different aspects of workers' comp. And it gives you general information about the different topics that you might be interested in, things that you're facing. But remember, it's not legal advice. It's general information only. If you need legal advice, you dial our injury helpline. That's 844-984-8414, and ask for a free consultation. So this week, we're discussing an important topic, which is the AME QME reports that you need to move your claim forward. You got to go to these examinations, and what happens when you miss those appointments.
Yeah. We did discuss the AME, QME, what they are, what they do, what those appointments are. I forget the episode, but we do have an episode on that. Please check that out. We'll put a link in the description box. But today I really want to delve in, not to what it is, but how it can negatively affect you, okay? It can negatively affect you. This doctor's appointment, what I really want our viewers to understand is that it's not medical treatment. You are not going to a new doctor. This is not a doctor that's going to give you medical treatment like your primary treating physician has. This doctor, what they're going to do is they're going to take everything in totality, all your medical reports, what they hear from you on the date of the appointment, what the other doctors have said, your deposition transcript, everything that's happened for your case, and even some things that might not happen for your case. They're going to take it all, give their expert opinion on what they believe is the causation. Was it work related? On the permanent disability, on if there's any apportionment, all those things we're not going to worry about today. What I want you to understand is that this doctor and this appointment is extremely, extremely important. Now, if you missed your QME or AME appointment, and real quick, I want you to understand that's the same type of doctor. It's just that a QME is a panel that's given by the state, and Agreed Medical Examiner, and AME, is something that your attorney and the defense attorney might have agreed to a really good doctor. So it's a good situation. It's beneficial for you. And if you have any questions on that, please post them and we'll answer those as well. But if you already have an appointment coming up, or if you've missed your appointment and you're wondering, how is that going to affect me? We're going to talk about that today. The first way it can affect you is if you are receiving benefits, whether they're temporary disability or any other benefits that are currently going on, those could be cut off immediately. So what happens is once this appointment is set, it's very important that you go. It's so important that you're probably going to receive a letter from your attorney's office, the actual office of the doctor, as well as from the defense attorney that's representing the insurance company and the employer. So you'll receive a lot of correspondence for this, letting you know how important it is, when to show up early with the directions and all the information that you need. So you're really going to be made aware of this appointment. So if you didn't show up, you have to have a good reason, okay? If you don't show up and you feel like you have a good reason, then you might have to actually give evidence of that. If maybe, let's say, mom or sister or brother or family member got really hurt the night before, or they were in the emergency room, or you had a family emergency that you couldn't get out of. The thing is that you are going to have to come as a judge, because I think the first thing that happens when you miss your appointment is the doctor's office, the Qualified Medical Examiner or the Agreed Medical Examiner, his or her office, they're going to contact either the defense attorney or our office saying, hey, your client didn't show up. Hey, the injured worker didn't show up. And right there, what's a defense attorney going to do? First thing.
Well, they're going to threaten to cut off the TD benefits.
Yeah.
Or whatever benefits are going.
Right.
Unless there's another appointment.
And they're going to, in my experience, and from being a defense attorney, what I would want to do immediately is file a petition to make sure that injured worker shows up. That's court ordered. He or she shows up at the next appointment, right?
Yes.
So you file a petition and you make sure that they go to the next appointment. And within that petition, you're going to, like you said, request that they stop any benefits at this time until they make the appointment. And number two, they're going to request that the injured worker pays for that missed appointment, which could be how much? Anywhere from $450 to $700.
Maybe more. You know, and that's the thing, is that often doesn't happen. Okay, but it's all about your excuse, right? Like if you have a really good excuse, then you're going to get out of it, you know, and you're not going to have to pay for all that stuff because the workers' comp judge isn't going to do it if you have a good excuse.
Right.
And oftentimes you get a second chance. Okay. I mean, sometimes the defense attorney won't push that. It depends on whether or not they're really issuing TD off of that QME report, or are you like early in your treatment, the QME is coming on really quick in the case, and you're really under doctor's care for a surgery you've had, and you're off of work and you missed your QME and it was like scheduled too soon for whatever reason, or it's just not, you might not get your benefits cut off for missing it.
You might not.
It depends on the specifics of your circumstances. So you got to talk to your lawyer about it. Okay. But the risk is that you don't know what's going to happen. Okay. And if you're out there and you're just going to miss that appointment, there is a good chance that without a good excuse that you can document why you didn't go to that appointment.
Yeah.
If you have it, you have it. And the defense attorney probably won't push it to that next level.
Yeah.
Because you've like called your lawyer, hey, I missed my appointment. This is what it happened. So when your lawyer gets the call that, hey, they're going to move to suspend your benefits, you say, well, you can go ahead and do that, but that's not going to fly because I have here that my client was in the hospital with his wife or whoever, whatever the excuse is.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And actually, hopefully your attorney's proactive, and instead of waiting for them to call and say, hey, we're going to cut off your TD benefits, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that, your attorney, if you tell them immediately, they'll go ahead and call and they'll notify the defense attorney, hey, listen, appointment was missed, but this is the reason why. And that's an even better scenario than waiting for them to call your attorney's office. So another point I think you just made is don't stick your head in the sand. Don't be that ostrich, and make sure that, you missed the appointment already. There's no hiding from that. Make sure you immediately let your attorney know. Just as with everything that we've discussed, right? And on all our videos, let your attorney know. The more you help him, the more he or she can help you, right? So that's one thing. I think that you make a good point, Alex, that it could be cut off, but most likely they might not be. I've had it where they are cut off immediately, and I've had the attorney was very aggressive. Very aggressive immediately. Didn't, I let them know. I was the one that actually let them know. But immediately they were saying like, hey, listen, this is dragging a little bit. And immediately they pushed to cut off benefits and they filed a petition. But there's other attorneys that on the defense, maybe they've been doing it for a long time. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to file a petition. The judge is not going to go for it because the good thing is about our system here in California is that it's very employee friendly. They want you to get your benefits. If it's a legitimate case, they want you to go to the doctor. They want you to get your treatment. They want you to get everything you're entitled to. So if it was a mistake and there's some type of, I don't want to say excuse, but a valid reason why you did not attend your appointment, then the judge is probably going to side with you.
Positive COVID test or something, you're sick. Whatever it is, you go to your doctor, you get an appointment with your primary treating physician, maybe on a Zoom because you're not feeling well that day, and you get them to write you a note that you couldn't make it to your appointment.
Yeah.
Be proactive. If you're sick and it's like a couple days before, you're going to need to go to the doctor, at least on, some type of note. Yeah. We're not just talking about your word here, because some defense attorneys, like if they get really, and look, and I think you say, well, my word's good enough. It's like, well, you have to go to the court and testify if it's your word.
Right.
But if we have a document that shows from a doctor or a third party that you were sick, you don't ever have to go and testify. You just shore up that detail for yourself. So that's why I tell my clients, get the documentation, and you don't got to go to court and do the whole thing.
Yeah. And, in this day and age, I would never say my word is good enough. Obviously people know you, and people that have a relationship with you might take you at your word, but the court, a defense attorney, that's why we have depositions under oath, because we have to make sure that we're letting the person know that this is your word and you will be held to it. But if someone doesn't know you, if you just say, oh, my car wouldn't start that morning or whatever the case is, they might not take you at your word.
Right.
Yeah. So
well, you know, go to the mechanic and well, you don't have the money to go to the mechanic. And look, these are the problems that you face if you're in troubled circumstances. If it's really that bad, you know, well, maybe you'd have to go down there and explain it.
yeah, I mean, overall, I guess what we're just trying to say is tell your attorney, let them help you out with that. And if you don't have an attorney, what do they do, Alex?
Dial the injury helpline. It's 844-984-8414. We'll give you a free consultation.
Yeah, and you know what? On top of that, we've always said this a lot, but we will help you with these type of situations that arise all the time. With these type of little nuisances that happen during workers' compensation claim, if you have a good attorney, they're most likely going to take care of it for you, and you won't be running around, what do? I missed an appointment. It's going to negatively affect my claim. I don't know what to do. You know, your attorney should be able to give you the guidance to get you through those type of situations.
Yeah, that's why you have one.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're having struggles with workers' comp and you're really concerned about your future, about what treatment you're going to receive, you call a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, just listen to general videos online like we're putting out here. Although you could listen to all those videos so that when you spoke with a lawyer, you knew what you were talking about to the extent where you can understand what the lawyer's saying.
Right.
And you have more insight into the whole process. It's going to help you out. So watch all of our videos. If you're an injured worker out there, you subscribe to our channel and you can just consume these little tidbits, these little discussions we have every day. You do that for a couple days or a couple weeks and you'll know everything there is to know.
Yeah,
workers' comp.
And hit the like button. I mean, it doesn't do anything, but it makes us feel good.
Yeah, or share it with friends or family. You know someone who's been injured and they're frustrated about their workers' comp situation. And maybe you've had a workers' comp before and they're coming to you for help. You know about this resource because you used it yourself.
Yeah, sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Yeah. You know, don't let the insurance company take advantage of your friend or family member. Protect them like you protect yourself.